XCQDX, UDX 791, UDX 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. CQDX, UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific.
This one's kind of busy. My receive UDX 791 to QSY 061 Northern Nevada. We're good and go down one.
All right, 061 QSY. How about that 061 Northern Nevada? Good to hear you out there, buddy. UDX 791 waving.
Oh, there we go. This is a little bit better. Yeah, Australia was really giving you heck there, but here, yeah, it's throwing about 3 dBs in signal strength over here, and audio is top shelf, so 791 061 back to you.
Yeah, it's been a while since we talked. I think we talked a few weeks ago. I just listening here in the radio room. Here's some Australia. I worked a couple of Hawaiian stations out there, and then I heard you come blasting in, so I went from my Omni onto the beam. I pointed straight at you, man, and you are blasting in big time.
We spoke before. I'm not a big strapper. I think it's just Mother Nature, and then my 4,300 feet in elevation here under the antenna. But yeah, we're just running an old Cobra 2000 with a little box behind it, and I'm in little, like a little DX400 there, Roger.
It's working good, man. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you telling me that. Sounds great. Great audio, great signal. I'm just on my little unit in Bearcat 980 right now. Like I said, my RCI 2980WX, my regular radio's down there at Superior CB Inc. in Ontario, California. So they said it's going to be a few months because they're all backlogged doing repairs. So that was June 7th, I think, something like that. I sent it in. So I still have another month left or so.
Everybody is really backed up. All the good techs, anyway. And I've dealt with, I think I told you that last time too. I dealt with, I think it's Chuck at Superior, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of them that are backed up. I had this DDS BFO installed in this Cobra 2000, and it was about a year out. Maybe not quite that long.
Wow, is that right, eh? Holy cow. Well, they told me 3 months. I sure hope I get it back for the fall months. I spend a lot of time outside at this time of the year, so when the weather gets rainy in the winter, I kind of like to spend some time in the radio room here, so I'm hoping. I'll call them after a few months and see how things are going.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got this from the recommendation of a good friend who happens to be their customer service rep. And he just said, quality is worth waiting for. And so I waited, and the result is what you hear now. I'm really happy. I mean, I think I told you this too. My backup is an RCI 2970N2, which is a really good smoking radio. Brian Smith at Truck CB Sales did that one up for me. And it works all as good as this Cobra here.
Well, I tell you what, bro, that Cobra is really sounding Q5 all the way. Great audio, great signal. And yeah, I remember you telling me you had the RCI 2970. I have one of those sitting beside me, or the RCI 2970DX. I have that hooked up to IMAX 2000 there. I should actually maybe just hook it up to the beam. This little radio is totally stock, this little unit in Bearcat, but stock microphone too. It just has a little mic gain on it.
That thing's working great for you. I like the unit and audio. They're always real clean and crisp and loud.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, yeah. I don't think I have it up all the way. Pretty close, though. But you know what? I'm just using it as just a little backup radio until I get my big base station back. So hopefully sooner than later. But I did read the reviews on the Superior CB Inc., and they got really great reviews.
Since I dealt with them, I go to a couple other fellas now, but I'm not one of those guys that have to have a whole big radio room. I have what I like to use, and then I have backups, and I've got radios in all my rigs except for the hot rod there, Roger.
Hey, Roger, on that there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, when I did have my muscle car, I put one in for a short time back in the early 80s, but I didn't really like the looks of the antenna on it, so I just took it off. I had a Maggie mount, but this radio was in my wife's Honda CRV. Then she got a brand new one of those RAV4 Toyotas. She didn't want it in there, so she gave it to me. I says, yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just recently bought a handheld. It was a high frequency radio, but it was like, converted it to 11 meters and then some. So it's a little handheld with a little rubber ducky antenna. So when we hop in the Camaro, I'll take that in there just for shits and giggles. I can still have some ears if I need them.
That's pretty cool. Do you actually work DX on it?
I haven't really used it that much since I got it. I just, in my mind, it was better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. So I got it, and I haven't really used it that much there.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty neat to have a handheld. I have a couple old Radio Shack handhelds. Like one of them 6 channels with the crystals in it. I bought in the 70s, and then the other one's a 3-channel. Hey, what year is your Camaro? I used to have my ex and I had a 75 LT, but it was stock with a 350. And then, of course, I had my 73 Nova SS, but that was all built up.
Yeah, this is our first one. I've been together with my wife for 41 years now, and we've always been four-wheel drive people and Jeep people, and so a few years back, I told her it'd be nice before God calls me home to have a hot rod, so we bought a 2015 Camaro. We actually ordered it, so it's got the 6.2-liter in it. We went with the automatic and sunroof, and then we did our own graphics there to it.
Oh, those are fast cars, man. I mean, the newer muscle cars blow away most of the older muscle cars.
It's a V8, and then they make them sound like 4-bangers, so I already, before I even had the car, I had a catback exhaust, stainless steel exhaust here, and then I did a catch can, and then the cold air intake, and then I bought a delete chip that deletes it from going into that 4-cylinder mode. Once you get up to highway speed, it's supposed to save gas, but I didn't buy a V8 to save gas.
That's right, man. When you got a V8, you don't care about gas. I never cared about it. There's a gal on our island. She has, I think it's a 2015 Camaro, kind of the old school look there. And apparently she's put some sort of, I don't know if it's some computer chip or you do something to it and it gives it a lot more horsepower.
To it, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's out of warranty now. It's fast for me. I'm going to be the retirement age here coming up. I'm going to turn 65, and I hammer down on it, but I don't hammer down like I did in the younger days, if you know what I mean there, Roger.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm 60 years old and I just like to drive. I just cruise. I mean, I ride motorbikes too. I have a couple of Harleys. So, you know what I mean? For me, it's not about speed. I just like cruising around. I just like having a nice bike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do not street bikes anymore. I did back in the day. Back in my wife and I, she was just my girlfriend then. She used to get on the back of my old, I had a CB1 1970 750 Honda, and we'd go just tank tops and shorts and tennis shoes and ride over to the beach and go up the coast and then come back another canyon. It was fun and crazy back then.
That's awesome. You gotta like it. I remember my dad had a couple of old Honda CB 350s, 1973, I think they were. I like the old bikes, man. They got more style.
Yeah, since I had a ACL replacement in my knee, I quit motorcycle riding and I went to four-wheeling. So I got a Grizzly 660, and then I got a what is it? It's a Polaris XP900, the side-by-side there, utility rig there.
Yeah, those are great, man. See, that's lots of fun. You got to have hobbies. You got radios, you got 4x4s, and you got your muscle car, man. Doesn't get better.
I've been blessed, man. I retired from mining. I was a career 35-year gold miner, mainly for big corporations. And now I play with it myself. I bought some metal detectors, and I've been doing it for a number of years. I take the side-by-side, and I load it up with the kitchen sink, and I'll go out in the desert and just try and swing the metal detector around and dig up some gold nuggets or artifacts or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I got a Vanquish Pro right in front of me, my metal detector. And it's funny, up in May, my wife and I were up in Alaska, and we were doing a little gold panning. So she learned how to do it. She's got the gold fever now. So she went and bought some gold pans, a sifter, and the little gold sucker, you know, that you suck the flakes up with. So she wants to hit some of the creeks here up this way and try gold panning.
That's how it all starts. Yeah, get yourself a pan and a classifier there and get rid of all the big stuff and then just work it in the water. And, well, good for you guys there. Hopefully you'll find something there. Just tell her not to be afraid. You don't even really have to get wet. Just kind of look where the high water mark was back in the day. And then you can dig some dry stuff and take it down and pan it out.
Exactly. She's been watching YouTube videos of it. And when we were up in Alaska, we went out for a day and they showed us how to do some gold panning. I mean, I got about half a dozen little flakes and she got about half a dozen little flakes. But it's kind of exciting when you pan that sand away and gravel in there and you see this gold glittering on the bottom of the pan. So I think she's hooked now.
Oh, I've done it, man. It's a rush. Yeah, it's the same thing with metal detecting there. When your coil goes off, you don't know what you're going to dig up, and then when it ends up being a nugget that was down, you know, anywhere from an inch to 16 inches, man, it's sweet.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, no, some of the guys she watches on YouTube, he goes to the creeks or even dry areas, and they know where to look. And some of these guys find some pretty decent sized nuggets. And it's kind of like that's how they make their living. And it's, I mean, you get a good sized nugget, man. That's worth a shitload of money.
Yeah, I haven't followed gold since I retired when I was 63. And so I haven't followed it, but it's up there now. And I think my biggest piece is it's an ounce and a half solid nugget. And then I have several, the next one down is a half ounce. And then several quarter-ounce nuggets. I had some pendants made out of for my wife and I. And yeah, I don't sell it. I just keep it give it to my son when God calls me home.
That's pretty cool, man. I think Wendy would do the same thing, my wife. She'd probably just collect it. Well, we went into a gold mine when we were up in Juneau, Alaska, and the mine goes it seems like miles into this rock, kind of like mountain, and you can see all this, the veins of quartz in there. And the guy started up the drill for us, and he gave us a big talk on mining. This guy was a career gold miner like you. It was really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was always a surface miner. I went underground just as for tours, and I had a safety gig for a while on the surface side, and I toured underground. But I was mainly open pit miner, just heavy equipment until I did that safety gig for about 9 years.
So you've seen a lot of gold in your time. You've probably seen some pretty decent sized nuggets.
I started out as security, and then I was going to leave and become a correctional officer. And then the HR manager got a hold of me and asked me about if I was interested in mining, so I applied, and I ended up pouring the gold bars for 6 years at the first mine I worked at. And I've handled pounds and thousands of ounces of gold.
That is so cool, man. Well, I think, when we go over to Vancouver Island, because we're on the Gulf Islands here, and we do have some creeks here too, but there's lots of creeks and streams over on Vancouver Island, southern end of Vancouver Island, where we're close to. So whenever we go on a little road trip over there, she's going to have her pans with us, and I think I'll bring my metal detector too.
Yeah, one thing she can invest in is a magnet, so she can run it through the material there and suck out any iron and stuff, because she'll probably find that. It won't get the lead pellets that she'll probably find, but yeah, cool.
Would the metal detector, like if I ran it through the creek, would it actually pick out the gold as well?
Yeah, just depending upon what metal detector you
Losing him. I'll have to give it a try there, 061. Hey, looks like propagation's dropped out of there, buddy. Hey, 061, Northern Nevada. Hey, it's been a pleasure, man. I really appreciate the QSO, and I hope we can do it again. Cheers and beers, buddy. We'll talk soon, and hopefully sooner than later. Enjoy the DX. And this is UDX 791 up here on the Gulf Islands, North Pacific. We're waving. Lost him just like that. Wow. Bummer. Interesting guy. All right there, Doug. Hey, cheers and beers, buddy. Thanks a lot. Yeah, propagation shifted. It's dropped right out of there. So until next time, Doug, this is Joe, Julie at Oscar Echo, UDX 791, due north of you, northwest you out here on the Gulf Islands waving.
Okay, Joe. Yeah, I didn't take your line to roll right back in. Man, he came in like gangbusters that time. That little unit in is doing a good job. Like I said, I always like the audio out of the unit.
Yeah, yours is too. I put it this way, I hope I sound half as good as you. Okay, Doug, we'll talk soon, my friend. Before propagation changes, we'll say cheers to you, my friend. I really enjoyed it. Very interesting. Have a great day. Happy DXing.
All right, brother. We'll do it again sometime. Stay safe and have fun. High Desert, Northern Nevada, 061.
All right, 061, Northern Nevada, UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific, QSX. Cheers.